Good afternoon, everybody. Woo, it's like I'm sweating. I got Tarek here in the office, and he's like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "I always get nervous doing this. I always do." All right, everybody. Experia Nation, what a man! What a last 2 days. Last 2 days have been absolutely incredible. My PowerPoint's uploading there. I hope it's uploading. It looks like it's supposed to be. But in the meantime, I'm going to start off with some thank yous before we get into this today. First off, I want to thank everybody at head office staff for making all this happen. I know the last couple years, obviously with COVID and everything, haven't been easy. But thank you to Joanna and Dylan, Nathania, Connor, Maria, Rochelle, Sheldon, everybody at head office. Leanne, you and your team continue to do wonderful, wonderful work, and we appreciate you. We really do. And if there's anyone I forgot, I love you guys too. So thank you guys so much. I want to thank FML, obviously Mato and Laval, and all our executive directors, every single one of you, our teammates, our agents, and I want to thank our clients, right? Without the entire FML team, most of us wouldn't be where we are. We stand on your shoulders. You guys lift us up, and I want to thank you guys all so much for all you do. I want to thank DLC, incredible leadership there, and we continue to learn and push each other and grow as a company. I want to thank all the Experia executive directors for your leadership and for representing Experia the way you're supposed to. Proud of you guys. Obviously, I want to thank Jamie and Leanne for what you guys continue to do. Whew, yesterday, Jamie scared me. I might share that if I got time, but we'll see. We'll see. But Jamie scared me yesterday. So I'll talk about you guys in a second. And I want to thank my beautiful wife, Yolanda, and my girls. Thank you for all you do. And I appreciate you guys so much. Yolanda, I appreciate everything you do. I can't be where I am without you doing what you do. That's a guarantee. Love you guys so much. So I'm going to get into my talk today. And my talk is about, it's a story of redemption. It's about, making up for lost time. All right. And I want to get into that today. And I want to talk to you guys about what Experia really is. But before we do, I found this quote and I absolutely love it. It says, when opportunity knocks, all some people can do is complain about the noise. All right, folks? And I want some of you to really take that to heart and think about that, because there are some of us right now that are complaining about the noise, but we might not be realizing that this is a story of redemption for you. This is a chance for you to redeem lost time. This is a second chance. And I'm going to talk about that, okay? So I want to get into some stories of redemption, some infamous stories. But before I do, my slides aren't coming out one at a time, are they? So I want to share a conversation, and I want to take you guys back to the fall of 2015, when I was stressed out, contemplating whether we were leaving our 15, 16-year career to come to this unknown ragtag startup that was being led by the white devil, as it was put to me by some folks. Okay. And I remember my wife saying to me at that time, as she saw I was stressed, struggling with the decision, she looked at me and she said, is this better for our team? I said, 100%, without a doubt. She said, is it better for our clients? 100%, without a doubt. And she says, is it better for our family? I said, 100%, without a doubt. She's like, so I think you know the decision you have to make. But see, what she didn't know, and what a lot of people may not have known, my internal response was, but do I have what it takes? Could I actually do this? Can I help put this company on the map? Can I make up for lost time? Can I be a pioneer, a trailblazer? Is it supposed to be me? See, that's what was going on in my head, folks, six and a half years ago, when we took a look at coming here to Experia. Okay? Don't be afraid to fail. Okay? Don't be afraid to fail, folks. Failures often lead to successes. And as a matter of fact, failures are most often followed by perseverance and enormous success. And Emily Dickinson said, action is redemption. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about how Experia is a story of redemption. But before I do, I want to share some other stories of redemption. You see, these are some great business giants, past and present, that have failed before they went on to succeed. right? We all know the story of Steve Jobs, right? He was fired from the company he founded, right? Jamie made sure that would never happen. Okay, but Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded. He went on to start a couple other companies. Those failed. Okay, but here's what he said. Here's what Steve Jobs said. He said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living by the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." You see, Steve Jobs, after failing numerous times, went back and turned Apple into what it is today. And he co-created the Apple II and the Macintosh and the iPod and the iPhone and the iPad and all the Apple stores and all the stuff you see today. Okay, he was co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Apple. He was also founder of Pixar, primary investor, and he's gone on to the other world now, the other side. But he's become a legend for what he's done in the lives he's impacted. Right? How about this lady? Some of you may never have heard of Elizabeth Blackwell. Elizabeth Blackwell in the 1800s, okay, was rejected by 29 medical schools. She was actually told she should pretend to be a man to have a shot to get into any medical schools. Okay? She was mistakenly accepted to a school. It was an error apparently, and most of the doctors there refused to work with her. Here's what she said. Okay, she never quit. She never quit, right? She failed and failed and failed. And here's what she went on to say. She said, "None of us can know what we are capable of until we are tested." She said, "If society will not admit of women's free development, then society must be remodeled." See, I love that perseverance, right? Well, I'm going to fix my computer here. Sorry, one sec, guys. Okay. She went on to become the first woman to receive a medical degree in the U.S., first woman on the medical register of the General Medical Council in the U.S., raised social awareness for women's issues, okay, in medicine. She built a medical practice. She created an internship program. She established the first medical college for women, okay? I don't know about you, but that's a wonderful story of redemption. How about this dude? How about Michael Jordan, right? Some of you know the story of Michael Jordan, right? He was cut by his high school varsity basketball team, right? But again, like so many others, he took action, right? Because action is redemption, folks. That's what it is, right? So here's what he said. Michael Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games on 26 occasions. I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot and I've missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded." I love this because as I was compiling a list of Michael's accomplishments, I couldn't fit it all into a slide. It was hilarious. I had to go I got to cut this down. But this is just an example of what happens when you get cut from the varsity basketball team and you respond the right way. Okay. And I know there's a bunch of LeBron, fans on this call, but there's no doubt about it. Jordan's the GOAT. Jordan's the GOAT. There's no doubt about it. So I got a few more. Check this out. Here's a few more stories of redemption, folks. Walt Disney couldn't get a job. His brother had to give him a job. His first animation studio went bankrupt. And then Walt Disney eventually went on to co-found the Walt Disney Company, did $64 billion in revenue last year. How about Steven Spielberg? I love this. Rejected both times he applied to film school at USC. Okay? That didn't stop him. Right? Didn't stop him. Spielberg grossed $8.5 billion in films he's directed. How about the Beatles? The Beatles were rejected by numerous record labels and were told guitar groups are on the way out and the Beatles have no future in business. The Beatles sold more singles in the UK than anyone else, and the Beatles have moved more units in the US than any other group. How about Oprah? Oprah fired from her job as a co-anchor after 7.5 months. Something about not being the right fit is what they told her. As we all know, Oprah's become a media billionaire, okay, hosted the highest ranking TV show in history. She's done an incredible amount of work in philanthropy as well, okay? Well, let's talk about redemption for this guy. I want to share my story for some of you that don't know this story. And I want to talk about You know, the fact that I really wanted to be somebody. Like some of you right now, you might be listening to some of the great speakers over the last couple of days and think, man, I would love to be like so and so. I'd like to have the impact that so and so is having. I'd like to help people, right? That's good. Keep that fire alive. See, I wanted to be somebody. I want to be somebody so bad. I was looking for a chance. I was looking for a shot. I was looking for something. I just didn't know what. I didn't know where. I didn't have the connections. I had no idea, right? I drove a forklift. That's my claim to fame, folks. I drove a forklift at Costco, and I graduated with an IT background in college. And I had massive, massive insecurities and low self-esteem at the time. I really did. I had zero belief in myself, but I was willing to learn. I was willing to try, because I know how bad I wanted it. Right, folks? That's the question you got to ask yourself every single day when you get up. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to change your life? How bad do you want to win? Right? See, let me show you what happened. And I met this joker, right? The Godfather. By the way, Jacques and Meredith, I love you guys, but Aurelio's not the Godfather. That's the Godfather right there. Okay, Aurelio can be like the consigliere, okay, or a capo, but he can't be the Godfather, okay? So that's the Godfather right there. When I met Mauro, man, 22 years ago, here's what he said to me. He said, let's get into business together. Let's go work with this company, this other company, not Experia, the previous company. And here's the promises that were made to us. They told us, number one, we can go out there and be proud and make a difference in people's lives. Okay, he told us, they told us we're going to learn, we're going to grow and run our own business. They told us we're going to become financially free. They told us all this stuff, right? We were excited. We thought we're going to change our lives. This is where it's going to happen for us, okay? And we thought, what's the catch? Folks, let me tell you the catch. Here's the result. 16 years of struggling financially. 16 years of stuff. Thank God my wife had a job, because that's how we made it. We made it because of her income, right? 16 years of struggling, wondering every single day, is it going to happen for me? Every single day wondering, is this going to happen or not, right? Doubts creep in all the time. Worried about money, worried about your responsibilities, worried about taking care of your spouse, your children, your family members, right? Having this feeling of failure. Wondering, why isn't it happening for me? Right? How come everybody else is winning and I'm not? Right? Empty promises that big companies make. You've heard a lot about that the last couple of days. How a lot of folks have come to Experia for that second chance. Because they were before, those companies were full of crap. You see, this is what happened. Some of you might look at my numbers. I think it was Prajit did an incredible job. Thank you, Prajit. I'd like a copy of your presentation because you did all my numbers for me. So now I know what to look at. That was awesome. But we didn't have explosive growth. We've been in the business 21 years now. Watch this, folks. Watch this. This is Team Premium. First full year in the business, 26,000. Man, Razabeg writes more in a week than I did my whole year. First year in the business. 5 years later, dreaming, believing, following the BS. We went to 18 grand. We went to 18 grand in Team Premium. All of a sudden, 2011 got a little bit better. That's because I had babies. That's because I had babies in 2009, 2010, and my wife, she warned me. She warned me. Things got a little bit better. Okay, that's also when the great Rayon White joined our team. And all of a sudden, 2016, we joined Experia. We came to Experia, folks, for a second chance. We came to Experia to redeem lost time, to fulfill the empty BS promises that these other companies made. We came here to do that. In our first year, we did almost $500,000 in Team Premium. Okay, and some of you saw the numbers. In 2021, we finished just shy of almost $5 million of premium. Right? Folks, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Okay? Check this out. Let me show you the recruiting numbers. Some of you are wondering like I did, is it going to happen for me, right? Am I even good at this? Why not me? Folks, check this out. Watch this. If it can happen for me, you can be redeemed at Experia too. You understand me? Watch this. 2001, first full year in the business with the previous company, 6 recruits on the team. Woo! 5 years of working our butts off and studying and learning and getting better. 6 recruits on the team 5 years later. Woo! Some of you are on track. You guys are going to make gazillions here. You understand me? Okay. Things got a little bit better. That's when we had our baby boom. That's also when the great Rayon White started to kick butt, and that's when Team Jamaica was taking over, and we started to make a little bit of headroom. But then in 2016, we came to Experia, and you guys saw the numbers last year. 820 recruits in the team, in the business, because of you guys. But again, I want you to ask yourself this, right? If it can happen for Frank, if Frank was that terrible and things were that bad, what's going to happen for me, right? And finally, here's the income growth, folks. Same thing, 12 grand my first year full-time first year, 12 grand, $1,000 a month. 5 years later, we went to 30. 10 years later, we were at 109,000. We were still struggling. We were still suffering. Okay, I had 3 little babies and a stay-at-home wife. Things were hard. We come to Experia, $230,000 in our first year here, trying to figure things out. And in last year, $530,000 of income, totally, completely blessed because of this company. Because this is a company of redemption, right? This is an opportunity for you to come here and take your life back. Make up for lost time that you wasted elsewhere based on those empty promises that you were given. You understand, folks? Look, I told you before in the beginning, action is redemption, right? Action is redemption. It was time for me to redeem lost time, to deliver for my why and for what was important for me, which are those 4 ladies right there. You understand? And because of Experia, I hate showing this, but woo! Our net worth is over $7.5 million in 6 short years. Now, that ain't about me, folks. This is a story for you to redeem your lost time here. You understand me? See, we secured our legacy. I secured my legacy for my family, right? I got a couple more stories for you. I got a couple more stories of some folks that have been on this journey with me from the beginning. And I know these stories intimately. How about this beautiful lady, right? Okay, IT immigrant to Canada, single mom, spent 10 plus years at the old company, okay? Barely making 25 grand a year, struggled to make ends meet. You understand? Today, you want to talk about redemption? 6-figure income earner. She's helped others make 6 figures on her team. She's building a mother-daughter business. Continues to be a role model. And guess what? She secured a legacy for her family, right? See, what about this guy? What about this stud? Head office loves you, Rayon. That's a good sign. By the way, for the record, I have a goal that I want to win that award one year. I'm doing my best, Leanne. I promise you I'm doing my best. I'm going to win that award, okay? But look, what about this stud? Rayon White, right? The gospel singing family. Guys, Rayon's story from Jamaica to Canada to Florida, back to Canada, right? Family of 4. Came back to Canada from Florida to be a roofer. Ask him about that story, right? Okay, I don't see many Jamaicans on roofs, right? 10 years in the previous company, making less than $20,000 a year. And I was fighting side by side with Rayon. And man, he was working his butt off. Money was always a challenge. Money was always a problem, right? Today he's a 6-figure plus income earner. Cracked 100 grand at Experia in less than 3 years. He's built a Canadian and building a massive US business too now. He travels back home to Jamaica to help his family. He's actually probably on a plane or just getting off a plane right now as we speak, coming back from Jamaica to be there for his family. Okay, he continues to serve God, continues to serve his church. And guess what? Secured a legacy for his family, right? I got a couple more stories. How about this dude? You heard him speak today, right? Laval Dubois, 15 years at the practice company, never cracked 100 grand. And you guys know Laval, how good he is, right? How good he is. Never cracked 100 grand after 15 years at the practice company. And I remember some of the stress that Laval would go through because his boys were playing sports and they need to figure stuff out, and his wife had to work and they need to figure stuff out. Who's picking up who's taking who where, and it was stressful. It was stressful, right? But today, folks, today's a near-term SED. We talked about that last night, right? Anybody coming to Mexico? Woo! Right? $250,000 earner over the next few months. He's a founding and contributing partner of FML. Helped put Experia on the map in Alberta. All right, spends more time with his boys, making sure that they're being raised just like he is, just like his boys. Man, Laval, I'm telling you, bro, if your boys end up like you can bring them over. We'll set them up. We'll match the boys up with my girls. We'll make something work, okay? But, but you understand, he spends more time. Natalie's at home. They take care of their boys. Their family's their priority. But guess what? He secured a legacy for his family. Right? How about this dude? Man, good old Mr. David Longmore, right? Spent 7+ years at the previous company, never made more than $30K a year. He only ever got as high as what they call the division leader, which, by the way, for the record, pays less than an FA, okay? Yeah. And he used to be a delivery guy. He had a white pickup truck, and he used to deliver packages. He used to do it all the time. There were times I would call him. I mean, where are you? I got to deliver a package. David, no more package deliveries, bro. Woo! Right? Check this out. 6-figure income earner, on track to make 250 grand this year. He's almost at 150. Never made that kind of money before in his life. Has built a Canadian and U.S. business, a big, massive, huge U.S. business. Shout out to Sadir and his team in Atlanta. You guys are killing it, right? Guess what? David secured a legacy for his family. I got a couple more. You heard about this dude. You heard about this young guy, right? Daniel Nashi-Pratt, you heard his story yesterday. Man, he was a student when he joined us. He was broke. He was broker than broke, okay? Never made more than 20 grand a year after 7 years with that company. Promises after promises, never made more than 20 grand a year. Guys, when you get a chance, ask Daniel Pratt about his car. And by the way, that follows in his upline. He's coachable. Yeah, ask him about his car. Just do that, okay? Right? Today, guys. Today, he's a near-term $250,000 earner. He's a member of the ELC. Him and his beautiful, gorgeous wife bought their first dream home, right? They're making babies, which is awesome. Your babies are beautiful. Make lots of them, all right? Guess what? Daniel secured a legacy for his family. How about this couple? Sitting right here. I told you guys I wanted you out of my office. I don't want you guys sitting here. Right? How about this colorblind paint mixer? Grew up in the projects, government housing, youngest of 6 siblings, right? His mom was a sole provider. He was the only one who graduated from high school. You guys know Mauto's story. And to think about where we started, to think about where we were 6-7 years ago, man, you guys heard his story. He's flipping secured a legacy for his family, right? And then there's these guys, Jamie and Leanne Prickett. And you guys have heard their story too. They had busted cars. They had busted homes, right? Okay, they were broke after 10 years of achieving success at the old company. But in their heart of hearts, this young couple wanted to change the world. And man, you want to talk about redemption, right? You want to talk about a story about saving lives, right? Today, building the largest financial services company in the world. That's what we're doing right now, guys. We're creating more successful advisors and agents than any other company ever has. You understand me? Right? We're doing something special for people that most financial services companies are missing the boat on. They care more about buyouts and going public and the big wigs making a shit ton of money, right? As opposed to taking care of their people. There's more people at Experia making more money than I've ever seen ever. You understand me? Our clients are being properly taken care of. We're not a one-trick pony like a whole bunch of other financial services companies out there are. We're not a one-trick pony. We're taking care of our clients. They're creating wealth and security for thousands. And I love this because Jamie and Leanne, congratulations. You guys have secured a legacy for yourselves, but you've done so for so many of us. You've changed so many of our lives because you guys didn't quit, because you guys made sure you redeemed lost time here at Experia, right? What do we all have in common? What do all these people have in common, right? Besides all being part of Primerica, I'll say it, I don't care. I'll say it, come after me. Woo! Right? Number one, we didn't quit. We didn't quit. No lawyers are coming, Battle. Don't worry. Jamie Battle's having a conniption behind me over here. Listen, we didn't quit. We knew our why. We knew our why. This relentless desire. We didn't quit. Number two, we took action, even when it was hard, even when the fear was high, even when you were scared silly. We took action. Number three, we worked on our belief all the flipping time. All the flipping time, worked on our belief that we believed in ourselves, that we knew we could make that difference. And number four, we kept failing. We kept failing over and over and over, just like so many others that I showed you earlier. We kept failing, but we all had that burning desire that just keeps pushing us, that wants us to do better, to make a bigger impact, right? You see, folks, I've said it a few times. Experia is a company of redemption. It's a company of coming here and having a second chance and making up for that lost time. You understand me? And I want to finish with this. Any fool can be happy, but it takes a man with a real heart to make beauty out of the stuff that makes us weep. Folks, your legacy starts now.
Hey, if you like this video or any of the other videos that I have on my channel, stay tuned. We have so many more coming, but I want to make sure that you're in the know, that you know when they're coming. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell.